This program is brought to you by Emory University.
I decided to come on this program because I was interested in Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism.
I'm really interested in learning more about Tibet, the political situation mostly, and the culture. I just don't know much about it, and I want to do something different.
I came to India because I'm a neuroscience major, but I was studying religion as my minor. Arrived in Sara and we lived in their guest house for about a week with American roommates, which was really cool because it let us sort of be a group for a little while in a stable place and get to know another of the American students. And then we moved in with Tibetan roommates for maybe a month, I think, 3 weeks maybe, and we moved into their rooms. So the roommate situation is amazing. I loved it. I felt it was a little bit hard because we had a lot of homework that I didn't always get to do because I was talking with my roommate all the time. But I consider that a part of my education too.
The program is only for 1 semester, but the relationship between the American student and Tibetan students remains for much longer than that. And they write to each other, they send gifts to each other.
I got so comfortable at Sara, being in this atmosphere where like you have this Tibetan community that you're actually a part of, and it was just like really comfortable and nice.
Actually, I think that the Western people are very much they have little knowledge about Tibet and Tibetan studies, but when they come here, it is something shocking that some of Emory students, they can speak Tibetan language fluently, and also they can sing Tibetan songs like the way Tibetans sing, and also perform dance in the same way the Tibetans sing and dance.
I'm going to sing a song called Rangsen, which means freedom.
took classes in like Buddhist philosophy and Tibetan culture and Tibetan language. And just like doing the readings and going to class and like being taught by like geshes and nuns and all these different like prominent figures in the Tibetan community was a really amazing experience that I don't think you would get in the US. It's academically more intensive than you might think when you think of like a study abroad program, but in a really good way.
The most amazing part of this is just the experiential education, the kind of stuff that you could absolutely never learn by reading about. You just need to be there.
Culture class really demonstrates the connections that we have with this community. Central to that class is we go on numerous field trips and we participate in different festivals and performances and events that mark the different months while we're here. The first thing that we do very soon after coming and staying at Sara is we participate in Losar, Tibetan New Year's. We go on long weekend trips where we get to see monasteries, beautiful monasteries and nunneries, where we visit schools. Another component of the culture class is exactly that, bringing in or going to different prominent individuals in the community. Some of them are religious leaders, some of them are activists, performers, artists, etc. So the culture class is really quite exciting in that it gets us out into the community and exposes us to lots of different people in the community.
We know that Buddhism teaches compassion for all sentient beings,
yes,
ourselves included. It also teaches, especially in the Mahayana tradition, that one should place another before oneself. But if we are all sentient beings, should we not consider our own needs to the same extent as those of others?
Under present circumstances, now the service to other or compassion is almost like often it's become lip service. In deep inside, that feeling is very strong, naturally. So, according to that reality, at that level, we need some kind of bold decision, right?
I've never been around like a group of more intelligent people that have really awesome opinions that have totally like shaped me and changed me in different ways. It's like a really cool open exchange.
For me, it was like there was this thing Buddhism, and we just came at it from every way possible. The more we kind of looked at it, the more kind of complex and subtle and interesting it became. And I think it just enriched academically and also personally, like, my understanding of what Buddhism and religion is.
What the philosophy class teaches is how to become a good human being.
The thing is, like, enlightenment in English is used in lots of different ways. I just had an enlightened moment, or that person is an enlightened person. So here it actually refers to, here in this context, it refers to full enlightenment as a Buddha. Yeah. So nirvana means it's like a stepping stone, if you like. It's like you are liberated yourself from your own delusions, from your own, problems. Whereas here, not just have you liberated yourself from your delusions, but you also cleared your mind from obstacles that allow you to know everything.
I expect more work from the students than to teach, than to give a lecture. Especially when you're talking about teaching a language, the teacher can only guide to pick up the fluentness of that particular language. The students, they should go outside and talk with that particular native language speaking people.
La, jab, ta, jam, la.
First one.
Yeah, first one. Yeah.
First one. The ja one.
Yeah.
Now you have this chukar. Chu means fake or artificial, not natural. Kar again refers to the moving objects out there. So chukar again it means satellite. So we have this little confusion about which term to use, because the people in India, they say that we should use this term, and people in Tibet, they are using this term.
Academically, the independent research is really a lot of fun. To go down to like the Library of Tibetan Works and Archives and you know, utilize sources that you'd never ever get to utilize at home. That's a really cool opportunity.
Skill, but I feel like here it was just learning to just go out more and take initiative and just, you know, finding opportunities for yourself.
When we first moved up to McLeod, the place was just like bustling. That's the only way I could describe it, with people from all over the world coming for like a unified purpose to this place to hear the Dalai Lama speak.
So His Holiness the Dalai Lama always gives what we call Chichu, which means spring teachings. We encourage the Emory students to attend the spring teachings, because in the teaching you'll be sitting with thousands of monks, nuns, lay people, and whereby you really are kind of become just a single person in the sea of people, and where you receive the teaching of His Holiness the Dalai Lama directly, and you know, right in front of you. That's really amazing thing that you might, I think, say can be even a turning point in your spiritual journey or in your life.
IBD is the Institute for Buddhist Dialectics, which is where we studied when we were in McLeod Ganj.
McLeod Ganj is the most amazing little town I think I have ever been in. It has this very international component. People from all over the world come here, primarily because of His Holiness the Dalai Lama's presence. So there's this mixture of Tibetans and Indian culture, international culture. I mean, just on this tiny little mountainside, all of this is here. It's incredibly rich. In addition, it's small, so you can know people. People know that you're here for more than just a couple of weeks. The students have an opportunity to meet people, to do internships. So I think McLeod gives you a sense of the transnational, of the global, and also the deeply local. And it's all surrounding, if you will, this exile community, this Tibetan exile community situated in India. So it's fascinating.
So I think it is a very good chance to come the foreign student in here and to learn also Tibetan language. They get also, I think, they get also some study or some knowledge from us, and we also get from knowledge or something from that. So I think it is a very good.
So I would definitely advise someone to go on this program, and I have a couple of my friends already. But with the expectation that it's a huge challenge and that there's a lot of, I don't know, like reorienting yourself and rethinking about everything you think about and all the ways that you think. But if you're willing to welcome that, I think it's a fantastic experience, opportunity.
I've personally come to realize just how like oblivious I usually am, like day in and day out, about other people. And here you actually have to like pay attention to how people are feeling, and like I know that sounds simple, like become a better person, but it really has made a difference. I think that's the biggest thing outside of class I've learned here, just thinking of others.
There's something about this trip where people just like put aside whatever kind of petty differences they had, and like we really just became this awesome family.
But it's definitely a life-changing experience, I think. and probably not in the ways that one would think it's going to be life-changing. But it was just a really great experience all the way around through meeting new people, and I think that I've learned so much on this trip, just about myself and about the world and about Buddhism, and it's been one of, probably I've learned more this semester than any other semester in my college career.
I think I've learned more here than I have in like all my combined semesters at college. And you get to see a lot of really amazing things, and I don't really think that any other abroad experience can compare.